Hey, what's up YouTube? So recently HIFIMAN released a couple of new headphones, one of which is this, the Sundara. Now right off the bat I'll tell you that this is something a little different. Granted, I have not tried the majority of HIFIMAN products, but of the ones I have, as far as build quality and build materials are concerned, they always left me a bit underwhelmed. They felt, I wouldn't say necessarily cheap, but they didn't really feel premium. The Sundara, however, is something completely different. Right from the moment when I took it out the box and I felt it, I thought to myself, yeah, this is it. This is a very, very well-made product. The fact is, HIFIMAN have gone the extra mile and they've got some great finishing on it. The PVD coating does look very, very stealthy. And it just makes it feel like a premium product. Now granted, the headband itself does look and feel a little bit thin, but it does not feel cheap. It still feels pretty strong and it feels like something that's not going to give in anytime soon. And then the hinges, or the yokes for the ear cups, have a really nice resistance to them. They're not super tight and they're not loose and cheap feeling either. They almost feel like they've been engineered by some sort of German perfectionist. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, I remember seeing a video of how Lexus cars are made, and in the video they said that they employ somebody who their sole job is to check that every single button on the center console makes exactly the same sound. I mean, that's an insanely pedantic level of attention to detail, but that is what the Sundara feels like. It feels like somebody actually took care of this device and they really gave a damn when they created it. My only concerns are, because it's a PVD coating, it's the same concern that I have for anything that's PVD coated or any metal that's anodized, and that's, I wonder just how long is it going to last? How resilient is this coating going to be to getting some knocks, and is it eventually going to show the bare metal after a couple of weeks use or months use, depending on how rough you are with the equipment. And then there's some slight creaking from some of the plastic parts on the headband, but really it's nothing to write home about or to discount it as being a cheap feeling product. Comfort wise, it's actually, the Sundara is really, really comfy. Now it's got slightly more clamping force out of the box than I would say would be average, but it's still very, very comfy for long-term use. Now, another change you might notice from the design of the Sundara compared to other HIFIMAN models is that the headband is a lot more normal looking rather than some weird Cosmo aerial looking thing. But of course, the real star of the show are the planar magnetic drivers. And if you hold the unit at just the right angle, you can sort of see the magnet arrays. Now, one thing I did notice is that the Sundara requires a bit more power than what you might think, even though it only has an impedance of 37 ohms and a sensitivity of 94 dB per milliwatt. It does require a bit more amplification than what you might think, compared to if you had the same impedance and sensitivity from a closed back set of cans. So a standalone DAP or mobile device can power it perfectly fine. It does scale well with getting more power thrown at it. So when all is said and done, how do these sound? Well, if you're looking for something with insane levels of accuracy, the Sundara is not going to do it for you. However, that's not saying that they're not detailed. They have a warmish signature, but they're still detailed. And I'm pretty much inclined to think that the Sundara is that perfect compromise between being pedantically accurate and having a fun sounding signature. So let's face it, it's all good and well to have extreme levels of accuracy and a perfectly flat response, but if it makes the music boring, then for the vast majority of people, what is the point? Music is supposed to be enjoyed, so it makes sense to get a set of headphones or other equipment that makes the music enjoyable. And overall, that's exactly what the Sundara gives you. It gives you a really enjoyable signature. There's only one area of concern for myself that really hindered me enjoying it completely, and that's that right around the 8 to 10 kilohertz region, it has a little too much energy, but that's something that can be EQ'd out. And once you do drop those levels a little bit, the Sundara is absolutely phenomenal. So when we take into consideration the sound and the build quality, $500, sure, it is a lot of money, but I feel like that might be the last $500 that you ever need to spend on a set of headphones. That's how impressed I am with the Sundara. They're very well built, they sound great, and I'm pretty sure they're going to last you for quite some time to come. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Check you later, YouTube. Cheers.